Hello, Diane here again with the final part of the video I've created about the quilting of this project. There you go, stand a little bit more out of the way. It's still on the frame, but it's all finished now. It's ready to be collected. And to finish off telling you just a little bit more about how this has all come together. If you watched earlier on in the video, or the previous video, depends how I've edited this, you will see that I added brand new wadding, and I added also a layer of calico to help keep the handpiece blocks of this project all in one piece. Here's one here. Or if they do come separate or break in the future, there will be that calico base underneath, exactly underneath the top, to allow you to repair it. I've discussed all of that earlier on in the video, and this will just show you a little bit about, or tell you a little bit of the quilting that I've done on it. I did, first of all, I did from edge to edge, just straight horizontal lines 3 inches apart, all the way down the length of the quilt. And then I took the whole quilt off this frame and I turned it around, and then I did exactly the same. So I'll show you a photo of, hopefully in a minute, of what exactly that means. It's called a crosshatch. It creates a pile of squares throughout the whole quilt. The way I quilted that was actually, I've taken the foot off now, but the way I quilted that was with a special cut foot. Actually, hold on just 1 second while I get it to show you. It's this foot, which is a bit hard to see because it's transparent. If I hold it there, maybe it's easier to see. It's a glide foot, and like you see, the bottom of it is like a cup. And what that means is there's less chance of it catching any of the seams on the hand-pieced appliqué or just the hand-pieced blocks. Because sometimes with a ordinary presser foot, they can be so close to your quilt that they can catch some of those seams and the edge of your quilt. So this is a brilliant presser foot for protecting those seams that may be protruding a little bit. Or if you do collage quilts, these are a great presser foot for doing with those as well. So that was one of the several items that I used to help me quilt this project. I also went a lot slower than I would ordinarily, just to help me be that extra careful, because it would break my heart if anything happened to this quilt in my hands. Now, because I was doing very straight lines, and you'll look at the quilt photo of the stitching and you think, oh God, that's easy. All she's done is straight lines. What's she going on about it? Well, the reason why I'm going on about it is actually straight lines are the hardest thing. It involves, on a long arm, it involves many things. It involves the quilt being placed on the frame exactly straight. It means that your quilt needs to have been stitched exactly straight. And unless you're and even robots don't even get that right. So, and we are not robots, we are humans with emotions and feelings and events in our lives outside of our quilting. So those things all need to happen, and it means that you keep straight while you're quilting. Now, I started off using something called a channel lock that we have on the long arm, which if I'm going from side to side, that channel lock locks. I use these actually to stop its movement on the frame. I stop it from going vertical, so it will only go horizontal, so it channel locks. It locks into that channel of stitching. So these are all technical things that I'm telling you that you might not have any idea about, but they're just to inform you really of if you say to your long armer, I want these to have straight lines and a, I want it, all these channels like here, I want the stitching to be exactly in the center of those. That's fine, but it will take longer and time takes money. I don't want to work for under the national salary range, thank you very much. I want my work to be appreciated, and all these technical bits that I know and the time I took the physical labour really to do it. So I'm chuffed with how it's turned out. I ended up not using the channel locks all the time because, again, quilt not being 100% straight, even though it is very good quilt, the channel locks are quite extreme, and I wasn't happy always that they were laying where I wanted them to lay. So I then moved on to chalking a line across that was visually correct. Might not be exactly technically correct, but it's visually correct, and that's what it is a visual art. And then I used the ruler foot to very slowly go along that line, making sure I stayed on it so that the line was as visually straight as feasible. So I had to go to that normal foot for a little while, but if you just take it slow and easy, and again, if I take it slow and easy, it means it takes longer. But at least the end result is brilliant. I'm happy with that. And hopefully you've learned a little bit about what long armers get up to. And also, if you wanted a long armour to quilt your quilt, some of the different things that are involved. Just with this one little project, so many things. So yeah, I've just been talking about plain wadding. I've just been talking about plain calico. I've just been talking about straight line stitching. But there's still a lot of technical elements in there and a lot of time. Yes, so I'm hoping the client's very happy with it. Fingers crossed, and I hope you've learnt a lot. And if you have, don't forget, do the likey and subscribey underneath. Please, I'd appreciate that. And it also shows me that people actually watch these videos that I spend hours making and considering in the process of doing my quilting as well. So that would all be great. Thank you very much. And yeah, take care. Happy quilting!